All right, it is everyone's favorite time of the week, time for our AT&T Fan Connection. It's me and Landon, but you didn't come here to hear or see me and Landon. You came here to see Jordan. Jordan, welcome. Now, hang on a second.
Hello.
The tattoos are out.
Tatted up.
Very, very.
I got
Diego Luna
Tim,
inspired.
I got my hand tattooed a couple weekends ago.
What does it say?
It's an auxiliary cable.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And Diego Luna, you're like, Diego's on. He's got his tats out. I'm getting my tats out. New York Liberty, WNBA season started.
Yep.
Represent defending champs. Let's go.
Yep. Open the season with a win. We love that.
Look at you. All right.
And Brianna Stewart even threw out the first pitch at the Yankee game this weekend.
Did she?
So,
nice.
Through
It's
York
all happening
City.
in New York. New York City, stand up.
I know that already.
He hates it. He hates it so much. All right. Well, first of all, we're going to start on the East Coast. Sorry, Landon, but we just have to do this quickly.
What we do.
Some listeners wanted you guys to know that the New England Revolution boasted a reported 31,000 fans in attendance on Saturday.
Let's go, Revs.
In their 0-0 draw against San Jose. And for reference, the temperature in Foxborough, Massachusetts on Saturday was a high of 71 with a low of 65 just before midnight. So
good on you. Listen, it makes sense. They're in their seats. They're not in the heating zones on the concourse like they've been telling us all year. So congratulations to the New England Revolution. Listen, you're not going to win this because we desperately want you to be good and well supported. So congratulations for doing your job. That's awesome. And I do mean that sincerely because I don't really get patted on the back when I make a save. They're just like, go stand there and be a lump and make saves. That's your job. So your job as a fan is to not be in the warming zone. It's to be on in your seats. So congratulations. I did see the scenes up in New England. I'm obviously joking. It looked awesome. So well played.
And they enjoyed that thrilling 0-0 draw.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation, though.
Congrats, Twitter people.
Here's one from Bailey via email. I feel like we just really riled people up last week talking about World Cups of the past. So we're going to have to dive into this one a little bit. I wanted to ask you guys about Eddie Johnson, particularly his run of form in the build up to the 2014 World Cup. Obviously, Landon's omission was shocking, but I remember being equally surprised that players like Julian Green, Aaron Johansson, or even Wando were selected over EJ. I thought he was a lock after the run of form he was in during qualifiers and the Gold Cup in 2013. Plus, he had the World Cup experience from 2006. Curious what you guys might have to say on the topic.
I mean, the reality is, in the end, one person makes all these decisions, right? And that's what people have to remember in sports is one person. Now, people have input and they talk about it, whatever, but one person makes it. So if one person, in this case, Jurgen, was not on the Eddie Johnson train, then that's all that matters, right? Do I think Eddie Johnson should have been there? Probably, yeah. I know Eddie cared, that's for sure. And he had obviously all the ability. So I think, yeah, I would say, yeah.
Yeah. What can I say about that? Yeah, there's one person that makes the decisions ultimately. I mean, you hope that the weight of the backroom staff and the assistant coaches is high and that the manager listens to that. But it wasn't to be. Look, in the case of Eddie Johnson, I mean, he scored a lot of big goals. He definitely competed. He definitely cared. He was a guy who could stretch the field, which is what made him so good in a substitute role. I mean, he was fast as lightning anyway. And a pretty composed finisher, but like at the end of a game, 60 minutes plus, I mean, it was a joke. He could run past people. So, yeah. But anecdote, amazing Eddie Johnson story in South Africa. Do you remember the meeting? So Bob Bradley, this is completely not before this World Cup, but it might've been 2010. We're in a meeting room. It's hot as anything in this room. Air conditioner went out. It's a tiny room. We're around the table. Bob's got his VCR or whatever machine that was that Bob was using to rewind and record
his little machine.
Legendary Bob Bradley. And I mean that sincerely, one of the best. And we're in this room and everyone's hot. Sure enough, the lights come on. Eddie's got his shirt off. He's like slouched in the chair. He's sweating. He starts saying all sorts of like expletives, like how hot it was. I mean, I don't think Bob knew what to do with it. We just started cracking up. Anyway, I digress. But Eddie Johnson,
I love Eddie, man.
Here's one from Instagram from Marcello. Does Landon have a book in the making?
Ooh, tell us more, Landon.
Yeah. Come on, Landon.
Yeah, I did say that last week.
So what are the details?
I have a book in the making. It's a crazy process. I hate it. I'm gonna be honest, I hate it. It's a crazy process. I believe there are links going up soon on my website if people want to learn more. I appreciate Marcello asking. He's right on brand. Thank you. I'll send you money later, Marcello. Yeah, there are links coming. There'll be more info to come. It's not going to be released till March of next year, so we got time. But I believe there are links, early order links, on my website.
I'm pumped to read
If
it,
you want to
man.
go check it out. I don't know. You might
Did I
want
get
to
a
pump the
mention?
brakes.
Did I get a mention?
That would
be
I don't know. I'll
horrific.
search the document for Tim Howard.
I want
to see if
listen
anything
as long as I
falls
get
up.
an autographed copy.
That's fine. I can.
You know what I recently said, and you're going through this arduous process of writing a book, and I feel like writing a book should not invoke
No, it's
these
supposed
emotions.
to be fun. And I'm like, this is the worst.
But I remember someone asked me, like, would I write another book? And I literally said, no. But if I did, I would write it about like something I'm passionate about, and then I would have it as mine. And then if a publishing house wanted to take it after that, sure. But I'm taking no direction. I'm not like to the highest bidder. I'm writing it because it's a passion project. And then like, if no one picks it up, who cares? But yeah, I'm looking forward to yours because you have so many amazing stories and experiences. So that's cool.
It's a lot in there. It's not really a soccer book. So
yeah,
just a little forewarning. There's soccer in there, but it's about me.
I feel like all of the authors out there who do this as their full-time job, I have a lot more respect for after hearing the two of you talk about how arduous.
Can you imagine? I think about even like writers after like a game and trying to like put out an article and get every word right. And you have to do it with like time pressure. Oh my
And then as soon as that one's done, it's time to start.
It's on to the next one. I know.
So, but here's the thing, JR, hang on. Here's the thing. These writers who are amazing, right? You think of the top athlete, top anyone in their field, they're amazing. This is what they do, and they love it and they're passionate about it. What it is they're sucking the soul out of us, because if you think about what writing a book it entails, like the person walking down the street who's never written a book has basically not sat down and just, unless they've gone to massive amounts of therapy, which is also very healthy, no one is digging that deep. They're not going back.
Right.
They're just not going back. They have no reason to go back. Well, when you write a book, it's like, now. Remember that thing
more about that?
You know what I'm talking about? And then the editing process, just like, hey, remember the thing we struggled with in week 1 talking about? Let's go back to that because I need more information. You're like, holy. Anyway, can't wait for the book.
Anyway, it's amazing. Go buy
it. Here's one from Cam via email. I just saw that Marta has been called up to the Brazilian national team, even though she retired last year. Does that awesome. Mean there's hope for a comeback from Landon or Tim?
Well, if you saw our shoot last week in San Diego, we had Tim put the gloves on, I think. I had to put the boots on. There is 0.0 hope. 0. You know, I'm still sore, Tim. I swear to you.
Oh, I believe that.
I swear on my family, I'm still sore, and that was 4 days ago.
I believe that.
I'm still sore, bro.
I love that question, and it's a very sweet and endearing question. But I mean, God bless Marta, by the way. She retired. She's still good enough for them to be like, hold on, come back, Amen. Which is great.
Amen.
Yeah, the part that didn't go in my book was my USL Memphis playing days. It doesn't end well. So I hate playing soccer. I love everything I love supporting my daughter. I love talking about this podcast. I love getting up at the crack of dawn every weekend to cover soccer. I hate playing the game. It hurts so bad.
It hurts. In the group text, just so everyone knows, they were asking us, are you guys okay doing some whatever? And Tim wrote, he said, I don't really want to put gloves on if I don't have to. I mean, yeah.
I'm not diving.
No, it's just not happening.